I'm so sorry, ma'am. I know you need this medicine, but it looks like it's not covered by your insurance.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to deny that one.
Wait, who are you?
I'm your insurance company's pharmacy benefit manager. I get paid based on the price of a medicine, and I don't make as much money off this one.
No one should stand between you and your medicine. Visit phrma.org/middleman to learn more. Paid for by Pharma.
If there is one thing that Jacqueline Charles of the Miami Herald wants you to understand about Haiti, it is that this is a land of contradictions. She knows what you've heard about kidnappings and gangs. She's reported on all of that. But she sees this place a little differently. She's Haitian, after all. The last time we spoke, I remember you telling me that you take vacations in Haiti. Am I remembering that right?
Yes, you are correct. And I took one this year in Haiti.
This was back in January. Haiti was hosting its annual jazz festival. Usually it would be held in the capital, Port-au-Prince. It got moved this year to Cape Haitian. It's safer there. So Jacqueline packed her bags.
It was important for me to do that this year because I needed to feel a sense of normalcy. I needed to be able to walk a Haiti street without the fear of kidnapping, without looking over my shoulders, without thinking about gangs.
But there were all these little tells that things weren't quite normal. Like the fact that even people traveling to the show from inside Haiti itself couldn't get there by car.
They had to fly, the majority of them, because to drive from one region to the other is to take your life literally in your own hands. Haiti is a country of many realities. You don't know when it's going to turn. And I will tell you, a week later, things did get volatile.
It is the volatility you're probably familiar with, especially over the last few weeks.
A humanitarian crisis worsening in Haiti, violent gangs overpowering police and now pushing out Americans.
According to the United Nations, authorities have already registered more than 1,000 kidnappings in Haiti this year. And the country's rampant gang violence is only getting worse.
And Haitians are living in fear and chaos.
Jacqueline has returned again and again, trying to understand what the way forward looks like in her home country. The one thing she knows is that whatever happens now is not going to be easy. The last time she touched down, she was reluctant to venture too deep into Port-au-Prince on her own. She stayed at an airport hotel, planned all her trips carefully.
In the back of your mind, you're always thinking that, somebody or a group could be lurking around a corner, or you can inadvertently drive through some sort of a trap where you end up becoming the next, kidnap victim, because this is how it is in this country.
Oh my gosh. I mean, like that, to be vigilant like that must just feel terrible.
Yeah, and people have to be vigilant like that every single day.
Today on the show, the United Nations and Haitians themselves have been trying to devise a plan to lift this country out of chaos. Will it work? I'm Mary Harris. You're listening to What Next? Stick around.
This podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Hey listeners, whether you love true crime or comedies, celebrity interviews, news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue, right? And guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, then they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. Now that's something you'll want to press play on. It's easy to start a quote, and you'll be able to choose the best option for you, fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ah, the Bahamas.
What if you could hang out with celebrities, live in a penthouse above the crystal clear ocean with all your best friends, and have it be 100% paid for? FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried made that dream a reality, but U.S. prosecutors say he was hiding a dark secret. Barely 30, the young crypto billionaire became a powerful financial figure. But in just 1 month, his exchange would collapse, and SBF would find himself in handcuffs. It's one of the most dramatic falls from grace and represents one of the most spectacular failures of corporate control in American history. Hear exclusive tape of Sam and his former girlfriend and business partner, Caroline Ellison, who later admitted something had gone very wrong inside their operation. From Bloomberg and Wondery comes Spellcaster, a new 6-part docuseries about the meteoric rise and fall of FTX and its founder, Sam Bankman-Fried. Follow Spellcaster wherever you get your podcasts. Hey, Prime members, you can listen to episodes ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Can you catch me up on where things are in Haiti? Like, take me back to the summer of 2021 and what happened then that set the country off on its current trajectory.
Well, let's go back a little bit before. I think that, Haiti came on everybody's radar July 7th, 2021, when the president was assassinated. But prior to that, things were already going downhill. I mean, there were issues with gangs. There was issues with kidnappings. The president was ruling by decree because there was no parliament. Local elected officials all had been appointed. So you had a country that was already in the midst of a constitutional crisis, and the president's own mandate in terms of when did his presidency end was also a huge debate. And this controversy continued to follow him.
Back in 2021, the president of Haiti was Jovenel Moïse. He'd been elected in 2016, but Haitians had not gone to the polls since.
And toward the end of his presidency, as we are approaching July 2021, he is the subject of massive anti-government protests, accusations that he is trying to become Latin America and the Caribbean's next dictator. He was trying to change the constitution. And then you had February 7th, 2021, where he announced that there had been a coup attempt against him, and dozens of people were arrested literally in the middle of the night. And among those that were arrested was a Supreme Court justice. So you had that in February 7th, 2021. And then July 7th, 2021, the president is assassinated. And today, his assassination still remains unsolved. We still don't know.
Wow. So who's in charge in Haiti right now?
So currently you have Ariel Henry, who's a neurosurgeon who was tapped by Jovenel Moïse prior to his murder, but Jovenel did not have time to install him, to swear him in. And so that was also an issue for groups in Haiti who basically felt that there should be a new group put in power to lead a transition.
You can see this volatility in the UN's reporting about a spike in kidnappings recently. Can you just explain what the UN said and how that differs from previous years?
Well, what the UN is saying is that they've already documented close to 300 kidnappings of women and children. In particular, they just issued a report this week that number is close to all that was reported for last year and almost 3 times what was reported for the year before.
Oh, wow.
And remembering that kidnappings is something that's underreported. And the UN, especially UNICEF, has been increasingly concerned about the vulnerability of children, the fact that, schools have been taken over by gangs in some places. Children cannot get to school because gangs, are along the route. The UN has struggled to raise funds for the overall humanitarian crisis in Haiti because outside of the insecurity issue you have where almost half of the population is in need of some humanitarian assistance, about 5.2 million people, 3 million of them being children. And they've put out an appeal for $720 million, but the world is just not responding.
Late last month, an American nurse named Alex Dorsonville became one of the latest kidnapping victims. She was taken along with her daughter near Port-au-Prince. The abduction happened the same day the U.S. told its non-essential embassy staff that they had to leave the country because it's just getting too dangerous. It does not appear these two events are connected. But I asked Jacqueline about the timing of it all.
I mean, it's interesting. I think this case brought Haiti back to the international world's attention. But the reality is that people are kidnapped in Haiti almost every day. Today, we have the former head of the Electoral Council, who is also a journalist. He was kidnapped over a month ago, and he is still being held. We had a prominent gynecologist in the Ministry of Health who was also kidnapped. And while he was being held, his wife reportedly died. And it's unfortunate that when it's foreigners that are kidnapped, that's when people sort of remember, oh, yeah, there's Haiti and there's a problem.
You alluded to the fact that when an American nurse or child go missing, it sort of refocuses the world's attention on Haiti, even though these sorts of things are happening every day in Haiti. I wonder if you think it's possible that because this nurse has been kidnapped, attention may shift in a way that brings more resources, more supplies, more of what Haiti needs to the country.
We had 16 missionaries, 16 American missionaries and a Canadian missionary who were kidnapped and held for the most, 2 months. And so my question would be back to you in terms of what supplies and what resources came to the country after that incident. There were reports, it was a lot of focus, and today the country is still struggling with the issue of security. No one says, well, we're going to fund the $720 million that the UN is asking for humanitarian assistance. What I'm saying is that since that particular incident occurred, things haven't necessarily improved in the landscape. The struggle is still there. And one may even argue that things have gotten worse in terms of the outreach and the grip of gangs, particularly in Port-au-Prince and in the Artibonite Valley.
After the break, the United States is backing a plan that would put Kenyan police on the front lines in Haiti. So what would that mean?
I'm so sorry, ma'am. I know you need this medicine, but it looks like it's not covered by your insurance.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to deny that one.
Wait, who are you?
I'm your insurance company's pharmacy benefit manager. I get paid based on the price of a medicine, and I don't make as much money off this one.
No one should stand between you and your medicine. Visit phrma.org/middleman to learn more. Paid for by Pharma.
Last year, Haiti officially asked the international community for help. But it's taken a while for that help to materialize. First, there was a push to get Canada to lead some kind of aid effort. When they demurred, the U.S. did not want to take the lead, and neither did many other countries. The Bahamas, Jamaica, they all said they'd provide support, but would not take the reins. Finally, in July, Kenya said it would be interested in sending 1,000 police officers to help the Haitian police. How this is all going to work is still an open question. But the goal is clear: electing a government the Haitian people can trust.
The interesting thing is that prior to the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse, it was like full steam ahead, elections, even while Haitians on the ground were saying, how are we going to go to the ballot box when we have a gang problem, when we have an issue with insecurity?
Yeah, the first thing you need for elections is safety.
Exactly. And so I think that's been the biggest change in this is that, after the assassination of the president, there was finally a recognition on the part, especially with the United States, that safety is an important element in order for you to have an election. And so for a while, we did not hear them talk about elections at all. Now what you're starting to hear is this discussion about elections, when the security conditions permit. I think the key element in all of this and what people are going to be looking for with this Kenya is that are these guys coming in to sort of create that safety for elections and elections only, or are they coming in to really help the police in going after the gangs? It's unclear how long a force would be in and what it will be doing.
While gangs don't control the entire country, they do have a tight grip on ports and roads that are essential for moving goods, especially desperately needed diesel fuel. Last year, as a cholera epidemic threatened the population, the United Nations called for the establishment of a humanitarian corridor to help deliver desperately needed supplies. It's unclear if this new multinational force would be in charge of protecting this kind of key infrastructure.
So the questions that some people have brought up, okay, so if you have a foreign force in there and their job is to man, say, the port or the airport, but you have a human rights situation across town and they're not mandated to intercede, then what do you do there? I think the only thing that everybody can agree on is that nobody wants this to fail as far as the international community. They can't afford to have this fail. And so now is where the hard work begins. The challenge was getting a country. So if Kenya decides that they are going to do that, and then it's going to be, how do you shape this so that it does have some effect? And it's not just, additional bodies onto your national police.
I was reading an opinion piece by the executive director of a group known as the National Human Rights Defense Network. He and his colleagues had spent months interviewing Haitian police and everyday people on the ground in Haiti. And he had this warning about focusing on the police and supporting the police. He basically said, police aren't the answer because a number of Haitian police are in league with gangs. There are a number of police who are not and who need support, but there are a number who are. What do you make of that take?
Well, I think that, again, it's, as you mentioned, it's an opinion piece and it's his perspective. But then if you talk to police officers, too, who are out there and who are going after these gangs, they will tell you that they need the help, that they need the assistance. I know police officers who have been carrying out a mission since the 29th of January, and they haven't had a moment's break. I mean, could you imagine every single day having to not just suit up, but, to get into a vehicle and to go and to run operations and trying to go after gangs? The Kenya issue is not a done deal. They're considering it. We don't know if at the end they're going to say yay or nay, but the problem's still there. And even if Kenya decides to go into Haiti to assist, it's not a miracle cure. It's not a miracle pill that all of a sudden your insecurity problem is going to go away. You kill a gang leader today, there are 10 young people that are thinking that this is the way, this is the life, because they don't see any other options.
What are you looking for as decisions are made about what that help looks like that might signal some kind of change in the status quo?
Well, I think that's the key question here. I mean, one is, what is Kenya's help going to look like? I mean, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres was given 30 days until August 15th to report back to the Security Council on what a security mission may look like, what, security assistance to Haiti could look like. And so that's going to be part of the debate, part of the discussion at the UN Security Council. And that's one of the things that Kenya is going to be looking at when they send their assessment team to Haiti. They're also looking to hear back from the Haitian government in terms of what they would like. I think everybody probably has a different idea of this. And this is where, the US, the UN, and the Haitians all have to sit around the table and figure out, what can they put together in terms of a mandate that will have some, impact. Kenya is a country that's English speaking. It's not French speaking. So there are some obvious challenges that you're going to have there. This is the police force. It's not military. This is a country that doesn't have helicopters. It doesn't have planes. The police is already under equipped. So, there's a lot there that they're going to have to figure out.
I imagine you're still texting and chatting with sources and family in Haiti. What is their sense of whether this Kenyan mission will make a difference?
As we started this conversation, I talked about the maneuvering that one has to do to leave your house, whether it's to go to a doctor's appointment if your doctor hasn't left, or to send your kid to school, or just a basic errand. It's all thinking and strategy. And is it worth it? Because this can happen, that can happen. And so people just want the ability to breathe. That's what they want. To not feel like a prisoner, in their own skin, in their own home, in their own existence. Today, it's no longer just this particular neighborhood that's being targeted or this particular area that's in danger. What we have seen is that the gangs have encroached outside of their fiefdoms, and whether rich, poor, everyone is being victimized. The average Haitian just wants a moment to breathe.
Jacqueline, thank you again. I'm so grateful for your reporting and your time.
Thank you.
Jacqueline Charles is the Haiti and Caribbean correspondent for the Miami Herald. And that's our show. If you're a fan of what we're doing here at What Next, the best way to support our work is to join Slate Plus. That is our membership program. You get ad-free access to all of our podcasts, including this one, as well as all access to Slate.com. Go learn more at slate.com/whatnextplus. What Next is produced by Elena Schwartz, Rob Gunther, Anna Phillips, Paige Osborne, and Madeline Ducharme. We are led by Alicia Montgomery with a little help from Susan Matthews. Ben Richmond is the Senior Director of Podcast Operations here at Slate. And I'm Mary Harris. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you back here tomorrow.